Hi everyone, this is Bibi for discussion number 5. Question number 1 is what challenges might researchers face when studying psychological reactance theory in uh, countries that restrict individuals' freedom, such as North Korea, Cuba, or Iran? So, in those countries, commonly freedom of expression is um, very challenging to conduct communication research, particularly in psychological reactance theory. It can be difficult for the researchers to obtain informations because the informations are typically suppressed. Um, These contexts are often characterized by restricted freedom of expressions. Individuals may be reluctant to openly communicate their feelings and frustration or dissent, especially towards their government or the authorities and their organizational leadership. So, because of expressing defiance, uh, or openly resisting persuasive messages can be can carry a personal risk. Someone are less likely to exhibit overt forms of reactance. So instead, people when they react, they may be expressed in more subtle, implicit ways rather than through direct oppositions or non-compliance. Because it's a very like risky for those people to show resistance, especially from their government. So, as a result of this, researchers may face difficulties in accurately uh, conducting research, like measuring or observing reactants variables. Participants might withhold their honest responses due to lack of access to information. It's controlled media environments, so it's very limited. The flow of information can further complicate participants' awareness of persuasive attempts. So potentially reducing the perceptions of the written freedom that is central to psychological reactance theory. So if I would be uh, a researcher, I'm not too sure to if I want to go to these specific countries or places to conduct a specific research study, because it's very challenging to uh, in, acquire or obtain the information, and it could create a invalid result because it's hard to get information. So number two, a question, psychological reactance theory has evolved from a black box to an intertwined model, seeing reactance as both cognitive and emotional. Share a time you experience reactance persuasion and describe your thoughts and feelings based on the intertwined model, so including how you regain your sense of freedom. So at work, my manager posted a note on the wall saying that we had to clean the back office every week. So she was adding to that note. She said that she's not our mom, that she would not clean up our mess. So from psychological reactance perspective, that message felt like it was taking away our freedom to choose, how we wanted to use or handle our space. So in that thinking side, many of us saw the message as too controlling or a bit of disrespectful. So made us not want to follow that feeling of emotion side. It made people feel like annoyed and frustrated. So because of that, instead of cleaning more, people didn't really follow that rule. So some even make it less, uh, you know, when they made less effort to do things to make it look like clean. So actually, we made it worse. We did not comply or follow what uh, we didn't follow that message on the wall. So this shows how when people feel like their freedom is being restricted, uh, it can create pushback rather than comply. So yes, that's what happened. Um, Question number three is intentional listening reactance as a tool for persuasion has been drastically understudied. So what might be some rewards and drawbacks of using this approach within the field of health communication? So in health communication, one possible reward is that it may increase people's attentions to that message. When someone feel that their freedom is being challenged, um, they become more mentally engaged. They more carefully process the message, and it could also lead to a stronger processing. In some cases, it can reinforce positive behavior if the message is strategically framed. So, however, significant drawbacks, reactance often leads people to resist the message and of course do the things in the opposite way. So rather than do the things that is being recommended. So for example, someone is being told to stop drinking because it is so keep drinking because it is unhealthy. So like people would say everything that is too much is not good. So people just may justify their behavior, by how they justify it is by continuing that behavior, that thinking. When other people keep drinking every day, and still they look healthy. So why should I stop drinking? So in this case, but instead of reducing that healthy unhealthy behavior, the message may actually strengthen their uh, risky behavior. So that's how people restore their sense of freedom by continuing or even increasing that bad behavior. Well, overall, eliciting reactance might capture tensions. It is risky, it can backfire and reinforce the behavior that that health campaign is trying to change or reduce. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening.